Can you talk about what your style says about you?
60% of my life, I like to dress sort of brightly. The other 40%, you know, I can just stay in pyjamas. I'm a suburban girl originally, so it's kind of like sort of rebelling against that. Maybe if I got brought up in a city, I wouldn't be so like, I've got to have the silver boots and the silver hat and the pom-pom earring. It's just like, it heightens it. It's like, ugh! And it makes me feel exhilarating, like I'm living on a rainbow. But I suppose when I'm low, it's armour. Sometimes it's quite anxiety-inducing to leave the house, just, well, for me and a lot of people I know, because sometimes the world can be a bit, you know, fucked up and scary, and especially for people of a sensitive nature.
Can you talk about assumptions that you feel that people make about you based on your appearance?
Older women especially shout nice things at me at the street. I mean, not shout, like, not aggressively, but like they say, you know, oh, you look very Christmassy, or things like that. Me and my best mate, well, we've invented a sport called frunning. It's a mixture between dancing and running, and it's to kind of bash away anxiety. So, because neither of us are very sporty, like my limbs are so short, every step is hard. But we mainly dress, because we're not good at sport, we mainly dress a little bit ridiculously. And so, yeah, we get like positive things shouted at us by mainly mainly women, and we make up moves, like we've got the wiggly tree leaf. I suppose when I started performing, I was a little bit younger, so I probably was a little bit, I don't know if I was a little bit sexier, and I don't know, but I suppose I was maybe exploring my sexuality a little bit more, because when you first get boobs and whatever, you want to try them out, you want to say, oh, hello. I used to do a job called a tequila girl job, where I was selling tequila, and it was, you know, it was objectifying me as a young woman, really, but I earned good cash, and it got me through uni. There used to be some disgusting things, because you're wearing something short, you know, you got your legs out, you got your boobs out a little bit. Groups of drunk men would, you know, say things to me and my friends that were serving them, and, you know, sometimes try and touch. And it would be nice to be able to have your flesh out, I think, and not think that flesh is somebody else's, unless you say, oh, this flesh is yours. I mean, I don't shout at the builders that have got their tops off. I mean, maybe sometimes I feel like I want to, because it's got lovely, like, torso or something, but I wouldn't, because I wouldn't want to make them feel like...
So can you talk about how you express your unapologetic freedom and voice and creativity in ways other than your style?
I write poetry and songs. They're quite punk-spirited. I don't hold back with what I'm saying. When I got sort of to the pit of my lowness, I got very depressed. I couldn't write, I couldn't perform. I had to stop for 3 years. So that was like, whoa, that was really shit. I was eating a lot, so I got quite big, actually. It creeping in was since 23, and I'm 32 now. So I didn't bloody realise. Thought that was a little quirk, that I couldn't get out of bed sometimes for a few days. And now I'm not like, I'm never going to be depressed again. Woo, I'm fabulous. It's not that at all. Like, it's just knowing it like a friend of me. I was making a theatre show. We were just sort of graduating. And I remember just uncontrollably crying before going into the rehearsal room, not with anybody, just in my room, getting dressed being difficult, and also, this is embarrassing, but having a wash, like, that was the real sign that I wasn't washing. And I bloody love a wash, you know, like, it hasn't always been a thing in my life. What a girl I was working with said to the other girl that I was working with, she fucking stinks. Like,
anything happened, like, in your life that precipitated?
Nothing was wrong. I was in love for the first...
You were in love at that time?
In love for the first time. Everything was going good with with the end of my drama school. That's why it's such a taboo, because it's like, what's wrong with you? I don't fucking know. What happened was, rather than not turning up to things, I used to turn up, but to go I'd have to drink. To see any kind of motivation or hope, I'd have to drink. To leave the house, to go and work, to go and to rehearsals. Now I know it more, internal voice of negativity about mainly myself. And then I suppose that would reach out to everything. So I'd hate everything, like hating music. That was one of the most painful ones. If I'd met you guys and I was feeling like that or in that place, I'd think, oh, they hate me. Beating yourself up about everything. So you project a dialogue onto what other people are thinking about you that, I mean, even if they do, who gives a fuck? Do you know what I mean? Like really, when you're in sane mind, you're a bit like, well, I haven't done anything wrong, you know. But when you're not in sane mind, so you project your hopelessness onto that you feel for yourself onto that other people's eyes. You put self-hatred onto yourself. The internal monologue goes, this is shit, what are you even fucking saying, why you even fucking do this, blah, 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 blah. I pushed everything away. So I ignored texts and phone calls of friends. I ignored work. I rejected the life that I had because I didn't feel worthy of it. A lot of people ask me, so what should somebody say to somebody when they're depressed, or what shouldn't they say? And I think that's for me, it's a little bit bullshit, because you don't remember the words. Like you said, what you remember is kindness. So it's not the right word. It's just somebody sitting there being kind, not leaving, not turning their back.
What happened to your boyfriend? It was a boyfriend?
There was times that it was really hard, and times that were normal as well. You know, like we'd have a normal breakfast, or we'd have or he'd take me for dinner on my birthday, or vice versa. But something weird about when anybody's ill, like whatever illness it is like also the physical side of things. We're both quite young, reasonably young. And like, if somebody's not wanting to be physical with touch that person, then that's kind of tricky on a relationship. And so, yeah, he's pretty fucking amazing. He's a pretty good man. And whatever happens in the future, you know, because I'm not saying like, oh, lucky me, I found the love of my life and it's going to be like this forever and ever. You can't say that. I don't know what's going to happen in years to come, but something that I'll never, ever forget is his patience, his kindness, him not leaving when things go wrong.
So you would just be like sitting in bed or sitting on a couch and doing nothing, doing nothing.
Yeah.
Staring at a wall.
Yeah. Well, not even a wall, just like in my covers, sort of screwed up, like a piece of paper, I suppose. Those days in bed, it's like deliberate dehydration, like not even being able to get out and get a glass of water, like punishment. I don't know. It's just weird and dark and horrible. The weird thing is getting help is the kind of last thing that you want to do, because you have to face it all. And if you're not feeling very strong, you don't want to feel potentially to feel worse to then feel better, because you can't imagine having to face anything. So when I was feeling like, right, I've got to do something, I'd look online. Some of it's like, you know, you need to exercise, and then I'd just almost like not laugh, but if I could have laughed, I would have laughed, because you don't even think your limbs could walk, let alone like, you know, I don't know. Running. I sort of mustered up the courage and the energy, and I joined like a really crappy, cheap gym around the corner. I'd go in there and I'd do it for like 5 minutes, 6 minutes, whatever. I think slowly over that period, it started to become a little bit longer that I was staying there. So like 10 minutes, 15, 20, whatever. After those things, I started to eat healthier. So I started to get obsessed with lifestyle blogs. You know, like reading like, whoa, what's Gwyneth Paltrow saying today? And I started to help myself. I thought, what I need to do is write a musical about depression. The play was, I suppose, for me, therapy. I suppose it was therapy, because I was telling people. So I was actually telling people in depth, because we had to go there. It was really nerve-wracking, because it was the first time of like speaking about speaking about the topic as opposed to just reading about it. The acceptance is that, like, it's just a part of me. It's not all of me. It's saying it's beautiful because I am beautiful. Depression isn't beautiful. It's shit. It doesn't mean that it can't change, though, as well. And it doesn't mean it can't get better. It's not like, well, it's just who I am, I'm not going to do anything about it. You know, like, I'm always going to try and do something about it personally and socially. But I accept that it's part of who I am. And I'm still bloody beautiful. And I don't mean by beautiful very, very sexy. Like, yeah.
What's your relationship been like over the years, like to your body?
I'm all right with it because I suppose I've never been like a sort of pin-up. So I've never valued myself on that.
What's your favorite part of your body?
I think I like all of it, but I think maybe my legs. Maybe that's what these Spanx are about.
When do you feel the most beautiful?
When I'm naked with my boyfriend, but it's not like when we're making love. I mean, maybe I feel beautiful when we're making love, but like, you know, like I just like running around naked when he's there, like, and making him sort of laugh, I suppose.
So why in your body is it a good place to be?
I really like days like today that I'm really living in my body. And also I really like moving, like dancing. So that's a really good place. My body's a really good place to be because I can dance. And I fucking love dancing. Shimmying.
Perfect.
That was great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That was really beautiful.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. Yeah, you know what? Thank you. It was I really enjoyed myself.
Good.
It's lovely. You're all lovely.
Thank you.
Right, cool.
Wait, I'm taking pictures of you.
Oh.